Hey, what's up everyone? Johnnyman here and welcome back to Save Our Saints. Today's episode number 30 and we take on a Chelsea team currently sit 5th place in the table now, almost the halfway point of the campaign, and in fact we are still in the Champions League running, so this is a huge game for us here in the first week of December. Greetings once again everyone and welcome back to Save Our Saints. As mentioned, today's episode 30 and it's a huge game in the context of the Premier League. We're almost approaching the halfway point of the season and we're still in 3rd place. We're still definitely overperforming here and we're actually still within touching distance of a title race. It's crazy. I didn't expect to do this well this season. I expected to be kind of in and around the 4th and 5th spot, but honestly I didn't expect to perform as well as we've done. Very impressive stuff from the guys so far at this halfway point of the season. So there's been quite a few games the last time you joined us, so let's go ahead and catch you up with what's happened since the last episode. Following the 3-1 defeat against Liverpool, we then lost 3-1 against West Ham in the League Cup. After this game, I pretty much read the players, the riot act. It was unacceptable performance. West Ham, by the way, were relegated last year into the Championship, so this is considered kind of a major upset. Honestly, a very poor performance from back to front from the guys, and I was not happy about it. Lucky enough, they did respond pretty well though. We beat Norwich City here 5-1. Hat-trick for Erling Haaland and a goal from Issa Diop as well in the first half. Pretty much crushing Norwich. They got a goal in the 90th minute, as you can see, but overall it was a very good performance. Much better than the West Ham game. After the 5-1 win, we then won 8-0, this time in Holland against AZ Alkmaar. Goal from... we actually were 5-0 up within the first 20 minutes of the game. A hat-trick from Erling Haaland, the first half hat-trick in fact, and Casimo got himself a brace as well coming off the bench in the second half. But absolutely dominated display and by far the best performance I've had so far as a Southampton manager in this series. After that, we grinded out a 2-1 victory over Stoke. Of course, Danny Ings had to get a goal against us, and he did in the 63rd minute. But we were 2-0 up at the time. Own goal from Ryan Sessegnon and Erling Haaland there. Alright, then we beat Huddersfield 3-1. Wilfred and Didi getting the goal earlier on there. We actually went 3-0 up. Own goal from Matt Vienko and Casimo there in the 76th minute. It gives us a 3-0 lead, and Huddersfield got a consolation in the 86th. A dominating display. Disappointing concede at the end, but still a very dominant display from the boys. Then it was a 3-0 win over Zrinski. I pretty much had a reserve team out for this one as we'd already qualified for the next round of the Europa League. So I played a lot of reserve players, and in fact Dean Purvey got himself a debut as well in a Southampton shirt. A promising young centre back here, came through in the first youth intake we had on the series, and he did okay. He did pretty much as well as I'd expected to do, but good to see another young lad come through the Saints Youth Academy. Alright, then it was a 2-2 draw against Wolves. This was a disappointing result, actually. Wolves have been kind of our bogey team for this series, and it took until the 80th minute to get an equaliser from Erling Haaland there. But desperation stuff. And by the way, Rui Patricio, he was absolutely unbelievable in goal for Wolves then to save them a number of occasions. We had about 7 clear-cut chances and only found the back end net on 2 of them, and that's simply because of Patricio and not our lack of finishing. And then most recently, we just beat Burnley here 3-1. 2 goals from Thomas Haaland coming into the side. He's played exceptionally well this campaign. Goal from Casimo as well coming off the bench. Once again, getting another goal. Proving a very useful backup to Erling Haaland. As I was saying, Casimo now has 8 goals in the on all competitions this year, only just 17 appearances. Really good record from the backup Italian striker. He's only 19 years old as well, so he's still got quite a bit of growing left to go, and the media described him already as a wonder kid. Certainly worth more than £4.2 million as he's valued at here. Very strange that hasn't gone up in recent weeks. However, in recent weeks we have had some injury issues, and Matthias Fortino, he's going to be out for a few more weeks. He's missed a lot of action lately. He actually broke his toe about a month ago, so we went without him. Disappointing really, because he's played at a very, very good start to the campaign, and yeah, became an integral part of the side. Martial, by the way, tight hamstring. He's not going to be able to play today, only at 71% condition. Really not fit enough to play, unfortunately. And also, to go with that, we've actually just had a number of injuries and fatigue and things like that. Just issues throughout the squad. In fact, we're also missing Abdou Diallo today. Unfortunately, he is suspended. And the other injury to talk about here is Alexander Lacazette. Unfortunately, he's going to be out now 3 to 6 weeks, as he's had a sprained knee ligament. Disappointing. As you can see, he's had his injury problems in this season and this series, sorry, I should say. Take a look at all those days he's missed. Incredible amount, really. Shame, really, because he's obviously a quality player, but injuries, unfortunately, will drag you down. All right, so here we go, up against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Normally, I'd say this is a game that we'd be lucky to get away with a draw, but I fancy our chances today. The form is definitely in our favour, despite missing a few of our better players. We're going to fight hard, no doubt about it, but form is in our favour, as is morale, and obviously, I'm confident in that we can perform. So you notice today, unfortunately, Erling Haaland's going to miss out again. Unfortunately, he over 82% condition really isn't good enough to start, so Casimo is going to get a start here today. But anyway, the rest of the team is Angus Gunn in goal, Bertrand at left back, centre-half partnership of Diop and Wesley Hoyt. Danilo comes in at right back, Gambin and Didi through the middle. Gambin has now returned fully fit and no reoccurrence of that injury, so good to go. Hopefully he'll stay fit with the rest of the campaign. Justin Kluivert's going to go on the left instead of Martial. Roberts comes into the side, and Jack Grealish is going to play behind Casimo. Marco de Grassa, who's got himself 8 goals on the campaign. We're looking for him to be the inspiration up top. All right, let's take a quick look at this Chelsea lineup. Still led by Sarri, by the way, is their manager. They got Kepa still in goal there. Aspilicueta at left back. Kurt Zouma at right back. Ruben Diaz at the heart of defence. A very, very good centre-half out at £50 million. Then we have Jamal Lascelles, as you can see, partnering him. We had him for England squad just a little bit. Oh, wait, I have to make a correction, actually. I apologise. I keep calling it Anthony Martial. I do apologise. I will try and remember to make that correction in my head, but no guarantees. Anyway, Bakayoko, incredibly, is still with the club. Not quite sure how he set up the club, considering he's had some issues, obviously, in real life, and he really isn't that great of a defensive midfielder. Gedson Fernandez, we know how good this guy is, superb. Bentalab is in there as well. Pizzi is on the right-hand side, an experienced Portuguese winger. On the left, you got Bertrand Traore, signed from PSG by the look of things. How much for? £68 million. A lot of money for Bertrand Traore. And Hwang Hee-chan is leading the line today. Yet to get a goal in the Premier League, but now I've mentioned that, he's probably going to score a hat-trick today. All right, so here we go at Stamford Bridge. Obviously, it's a big, big game. I'd like to maybe get 3 points today, if possible. That would then put the pressure on Manchester United, who were defeated by Everton today. And obviously, it'll keep us within touch and distance of Man City, who are yet to lose a game this season. The invincible challenge is on for those guys. But anyway, here's an early chance here. Pizzi puts it in. Zuma with a header at the far post, and it's somehow bundled in there. Justin Kluivert with the own goal. Early goal here for Chelsea within 1 minute. And we find ourselves right up against it right from the get-go. Atrocious defender from the set piece there. Zuma was free. Good save from Angus Gunn, and a sliding challenge from Justin Kluivert put the ball into his own net. Bit unlucky there for Justin Kluivert, but we do find ourselves 1-0 down. Alright, here's a highlight straight from the kickoff though. Patrick Roberts running the heart of the Chelsea defence. Aspilicueta deals with him without any kind of problem. Here's Traore, galloping down the left-hand side. Good ball in the box. Hee-chan to Gedson in the far post. He's made it 2-0 already in 2 minutes. What the hell has happened in the back line today? This is unbelievable. 2 minutes in and we found ourselves 2-0 down. Quite amazing scenes here at Stamford Bridge. But lucky enough, going down 2-0 this early does give us a chance to get back into it. And of course, Gambin gets himself injured. So things just become a lot more difficult for us. So Thomas Haaland's going to come on here. Obviously, he plays a box-to-box midfielder. He got himself a brace in the last one. I'd love to see him score 2 today. All right, and another injury to be concerned about. Jack Grealish has picked up a knock. It looks like a bruised thigh, according to my assistant on the touchline. So, really, we're not getting a lot of luck thus far with injuries and whatnot. But here's maybe a chance to maybe get a goal back here. As Roberts to Thomas Haaland. Good save there from Kepa. Pushes it around the post. But as I mentioned, we're in our luck right now with injuries. We've got a big squad, but when you miss key players like Marcel and Lacazette, and injuries to Grealish and Gambin, and obviously suspension to Diallo, it's going to be tough for any team if you miss 5 of your top 10 players in the squad kind of thing. But well, there you have it. Can't do much about it, so we just got to try and get something out of the game if we possibly can. And that was a very, very lucky circus defending from the boys there at the back. All right, so halftime here, 2-0 down here for those 2 early goals, and obviously it's been atrocious. It's not been very good for us at all today. Comical really across the board. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to bring on Erling Haaland to play behind Casimo. He's done it on a couple of occasions this season. He's actually played really, really well. So he's going to play right behind Casimo. We haven't got many other options really, and I can't really risk keeping Jack Grealish on for too much longer because he will be forced off the field and be another long-term injury to be concerned about. And Ryan Bertrand is also struggling for fitness. As you can see, it's 78%. I'm tempted to throw on Jeremy Toljan, but no luck lately. We'll get another injury if we make that third and final change. So Ryan Bertrand's just going to have to push through it. And at least we have time to maybe get 2 goals here. We've got to get one back quickly, though, if they stand any chance. There's Patrick Roberts now getting down the right touch line, finds Danilo on the overlap, gets the ball and pulls it back, and Casimo gets himself a goal, 9th goal of the season there, and we're right back in this game now. We have around about 30 minutes now to try and get ourselves another goal, but great play there between Patrick Roberts and Danilo. Danilo doing very well to get to the byline and finding Casimo, who slid in there beautifully and tapped it home from about 4 yards out. So a good finish there for Casimo, and we're right back in this game. Come on, boys. 15 minutes to go in this game. We've got to throw caution to the wind, so I'm going to push on Haaland to play alongside the guy. So I'm actually going to have Haaland though play a little bit of a different role today. He's going to play as a false 9. He's going to drop back into that space there to help out, obviously defensively when we lose possession, and not to mention try and create some opportunities for us. We'll also make a change. We're going to bring on Jeremy Toljan for Ryan Bertrand to give us a bit more of an attacking outlook on the left-hand side of our defence. All right, just a few minutes now. We've just got to go for a caution to win here. Go very attacking. There's only 1 minute of added-on time. Beasley puts it in. Ndidi with the clearance. Only fires Mason Mount. Got to win the ball back quickly here and get it forward. Here's Bentalab. He's just going to hold on to possession, isn't he? Asalaqueta, Toan Pardew. Someone gets stuck in. There you go. Chase it, Casimo. Chase it. Get there. Oh, never mind. It's too late. Full-time muscle has gone here at Stamford Bridge. And it's a 2-1 defeat over Chelsea. Unfortunately, those 2 goals early on was too much to overcome. And it wasn't a bad performance after that, but we just didn't do enough to get back in this game. So as things currently stand after that result, we are still 4th in the table, so we're still doing very, very well. Again, approaching that midway point of the campaign. If you told me at the start of the season you'd be 4th place, only lost 2 games, I certainly would have taken that. But at least, we're still in touch and distance of Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea. Tottenham have coming on strong this season compared to last, and I'm not too worried about the teams below us. So we just got to try and keep picking up points where we can. Lucky enough, the December fixture lists are actually pretty kind to us. When you play Man City here, we should be able to get wins over Everton, Newcastle, Brighton in December. And obviously we have Valencia in there too. I'm going to stick out a reserve team for this one. They've already qualified, so really no point in risking too many more injuries. Speaking of, how were the injuries from that game? I just would like to know. See, Gambin's going to be out 5 to 6 weeks now for knee ligaments, and Jack Grealish is going to be out 5 to 11 days as well. So, I mean, we're not getting out of luck with injuries. We just got to try and ride through it, try and pick up points where we can. We should be able to beat the other teams apart from Man City. That's going to be a very, very tough game for us. But if we continue to do that and we continue to push forward, we should be able to enter the new year and the January transfer window in a very, very strong position to try and make a push into that Champions League spots. But thanks so much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, smash the like button. Thank you once again for your support in this series, and obviously thank you so much for your support over the 30 videos now for this series as well. It's one of the longest running series I've had on the YouTube channel for, I don't know, at least a Football Manager one for quite some time. I don't think I had a 30 video series on FM17. I can't remember it if I did, but in any case, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying it, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.